Now this is the time to look at everything in more detail in terms of your bedrooms, bathrooms and communal spaces. There is also an example breakfast if you wish to provide one. Investing in your space. This is where you need to develop a critical eye about your own space and ask yourself some questions. Does the room need a bit of updating? Would it benefit new bedding, mattress, duvet or pillows? Do you need to replace equipment and/or appliances? For example, side light, side table, hanging space, mirror. Is the room too cluttered? Would you be happy to pay to stay there?
It is worth investing time and money if you can, either at the beginning or over time to improve your space. You could always borrow things from friends or family to try and keep costs down initially. It's always a good idea to browse the web for ideas and inspiration in terms of room style, layouts and decoration.
Photography. This is so important. You need to have good images as this is what most guests look at first before anything else. It has to look good and bad photography is a big turn-off and can devalue your whole offering. Aim for around 10 images, 2 to 3 of the bedroom, 2 of the bathroom, 1 of the kitchen, 1 of the breakfast table, 1 of the hallway or entrance, 1 of the communal space, the garden, lounge or kitchen, and 1 of the front of the house. This is a nice balance and gives a well-rounded impression of what your guests can expect.
Try to make sure the images are not blurry and also that the spaces are clean and tidy when you take the photographs. Perhaps get a second opinion from a friend about which images are best and if they could be better.
Guest ready. There are a few simple measures you can take to ensure that your room is ready to receive your first guests. Spend a night or 2 in it. This way you will know if there is anything that it may need. You could invite friends or family round to offer a second perspective. This is very helpful as you can get so caught up in the process that you overthink the space and miss a few things.
We would advise to spend some time researching other successful hosts in your area and the surrounding locality to get a good idea of what guests seem to respond to and how to get you started on your description.
The more honest, accurate and open you are, the better it is all round. Bedroom, bathroom and communal spaces. Time to look at the bedroom, bathroom and communal spaces in more detail. We will run through the essentials a bedroom and bathroom need. We will also look at the communal spaces and suggest a few more pointers that are always good to bear in mind. First, let's start with the bedrooms. A bedroom first of all should be clean and uncluttered. Apart from a bed and bedding, a room needs good lighting, ceiling and reading light, hanging space and hangers, a side table or 2, a waste paper bin, a mirror, a clock, curtains or blackout blinds, easy access to sockets. If this is limited, then you can always use an extension cable, heating supply, pillows and duvet.
Optional additions can include throws, bedspreads, cushions, magazines, tissues and a hairdryer. These touches go that extra mile to give the room a complete look and make it feel more luxurious. As you can see, we choose to include these extras, but don't feel under any pressure to do the same. Every host room is different.
Bathroom. The most important aspect of a bathroom is cleanliness, as well as being well lit and uncluttered. On top of access to a toilet, sink, shower and/or bath, there needs to be a waste bin, a toilet brush, at least 2 toilet rolls, a hand towel and bath towel, and liquid soap.
Again, optional additions can include shampoo and shower gels, providing these items will add value to your guest package.
Communal areas. The communal spaces you are offering for the use of your guests should be kept tidy, uncluttered and welcoming. It is also important to make it clear to guests what they can and cannot have access to or use during their stay with you.
Word to the wise, large groups or families do tend to take over these areas, so be aware that you may have to compromise when you may not be expecting to.
Basic breakfast. It is your choice whether you offer your guests a breakfast or not. If you do offer breakfast, then here is an example of a simple and easy breakfast.
We personally include breakfast in the price of the accommodation, but if you wish to charge on top, then make sure you make it clear in your description.
Breakfast essentials are as follows: tea and coffee, cereals, muesli, granola, cornflakes, juice, orange or apple, water, seasonal fruit, yogurt, 2 different types of jam, butter or a spread, a selection of breads and patisserie.
You could offer a cooked breakfast such as bacon and eggs, scrambled, fried or poached. A breakfast should reflect your own tastes and be presented in an appetizing way.
It's all about you and what you feel you can cope with, and it is right for your guests. This is just an example of a tried and tested breakfast that is relatively inexpensive and quick to lay out. There will be some trial and error in your first few attempts, so don't worry about it, as it is a learning process and each guest will have different tastes. Therefore, at certain times, more or less of certain food items will be eaten.
Cooked options are a good complement to a table spread, or equally nice to offer on their own. It is a question of laying up time versus cooking time, mediated by cost. You could always make a breakfast a weekend-only service if that fits in with your routine better.
Again, we have posed a lot of questions in this section, and as before, we have provided a PDF with all the information we have covered. You can print this out and use as a checklist.